Hi, I'm Jo and welcome to the Knitting Bird. This is going to be a traditional podcast this week. Finished objects. So I've got 3 finished objects. I've got 3 whips and 1 that I want to start sooner rather than later. So a lot to talk about today. The first thing is, the first finished object that I've got is my Janner Gansey, and that's what I'm wearing. Oh, I started this on the 26th of July 2025 and finished on the 21st of February 2026. Oh, I absolutely love it. I wore it on the school run this morning without a jacket on. It's such a really lovely pattern to work. It's knit on 5-ply frangipan wool on 2.25 millimeter needles is what you would knit on socks. But you knit the whole garment on those small needles. So I can see if I can stand up and show you a bit of how it looks on. And then it's got the pattern all up the top. So it's worked bottom up. So you start with the rib, which is a 3x3 rib, and it's got, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got like a fake seam all the way up. And it's really, really lovely. It's so you work it up until all in the round, and then the pattern's done in the round until half of the gusset, and I hope you can see that on there. There we go. And then you put the back on hold, and then you knit up the front flat, so you're knitting it back and forth, right side, wrong side. And then the top gets put on hold, and then you knit the back up the same amount for the armhole. And then you do a 3 needle bind off with a little gusset on the top. And then you do that on the similar, exactly the same on the other side. And then you've got live stitches all the way around the neck. And it's a 3x3 rib around the neck. And then you pick up for the sleeves and then finish the other half of the gusset, and then you're decreasing the stitches down the sleeve all the time. And then you knit until the length that says on the pattern. So I shall show you the pattern, and it's called the Janner Gansey. And I was on a course to knit one 18 months ago, so this is my second Janner Gansey. And I have got a third one on the go, so they're such a great knit, so I really enjoy that. It's a really tight, warm garment. The pattern up the top is all, this middle section is moss stitch, and then you've got a 2x2, and then you've got a ladder motif going up, and then you've got a 2x2 cable, which is a very small cable, and then you've got the ladder up the top as well, and then that's the same on either side. And it keeps all, when the fishermen were fishing, it keeps it all lovely and warm when they're out fishing. And the sleeves were knitted from the top down, so if there was any holes, or you could just unravel that back and reknit the sleeves. Now that I've worn one, I understand how people, why they were knitted and how people wore them when they were out fishing. My husband goes fishing as a hobby, and he wears his all the time, and I understand why he wears it, because it just keeps you so toasty and warm. I have got a long sleeved like t-shirt material underneath, like a t-shirt but long sleeved, because it is a bit itchy to me. But as the days roll on today, it's not as bad as I expected it to be. The itch isn't there as much as I thought it was going to be. So I'm super, super happy with this. Oh, it's something I'm going to live in now for, well, now the warmer weather's going to come. I'm not going to get much wear out of it. Maybe in the evenings when you're having a summer walk. Here in the southwest of Devon, the evenings can be a bit chilly. So hopefully I get some wear out of it through the summer months, but probably only in the evenings. So, I'm super, super happy with this. Love it so much. It's so great, yeah. So that was my finished. It took about, I finished it on the Saturday, and we're now Wednesday, and it took about 4 days for it to dry. The sun was out yesterday, so I managed to be able to put it in my daughter's room to dry, because it's such a dense material. You can't see through the, you can't see through the stitches because it's such a dense material that it takes quite a while to dry. But thankfully the sun was out in my daughter's room, so I could just lay it on her bed and it dried in no time, so I could wear it today for the podcast. Oh, I'm so super happy with it. Really, really pleased. So the next thing that I finished was my other sock, my DK socks, and this is from the Summerly sock project book. My husband gifted it to me for Christmas. I've got, these were a 56 stitch count. They are a little bit long. I think I should have done my foot slightly shorter, like by a few centimetres. But I like them, and there's two of them. Obviously I've managed to do two. One is darker than the other one. They're different dye lots, and I don't know how much you can see of that, but this one's darker than this one. But they're going in boots, so I'm really not too worried about that. So yeah, those are my DK socks. And I'm really pleased with those. This is all the yarn I got left for the socks. So not much at all. I wouldn't even say 5 grams. That's just for one sock. It was a 50-gram ball, and they were Drops Fiesta. So they've got a bit of nylon in, and they are DK socks. I think I said that, but they're DK socks. So I'm really pleased with that. That's really, really good. Not much wastage, and actually I can use that to stuff chickens with. I don't waste any of my leftover yarn. Anything that you cut and weave in ends, I keep it all because I stuff it in my chickens just to use up the surplus wool. And talking about chickens, I finished a chicken. So I started this on How Much Can I Knit in a Week podcast, which I got a lot of views in a week, so I was really chuffed with that. And this is my chicken. This is for a friend of mine whose birthday is today, so when I next see him I'll be able to gift it to him. And it's quite a traditional coloured chicken, to be fair, apart from the red, and I do really love this. So easy to do there. It was knitted on 4.5mm needles. There's a lot of wrap and turns, but I think everyone knows about emotional support chicken now. This is my 11th chicken, and I love knitting them so much that I've bought more safety eyes. And my friend's gifted me some wool that she's no longer using anymore, so I can knit up some more chickens. So that's really good. The only thing is, it is a finished item, but not, because I've run out of toy stuffing. Oh, I'm a bit gutted on that, but I'll have to order some, hopefully. I might be able to get some in my local Hobbycraft. So I might take a walk tomorrow and see if I can get some more instead of buying online. But yeah, he's all done. I don't know what he wants to call him. There we go. There's my chicken. So yeah, really happy with that. So that's my 3 finished objects. And now we're going to go on to the whips I've got on the go. So there's the one thing that I have got on the go, which I've had on the go for a while now, and I haven't really picked it up because I was trying to finish my Janner Gansey myself for me. But this will be my 3rd Janner Gansey that I've started. It's in navy blue. And I started this the 1st of January. I wanted to cast it on. This is for my brother-in-law. And he wants the traditional navy blue Janner Gansey. So, and I like the traditional. I'll have to show you my husband's, but it's upstairs, I'm afraid, or he's wearing it. So this is how much I've done on my brother-in-law's Gansey. I think it's about, it could be coming up close to 2 inches now, and I've got to do the ribbon for 3. So I'm doing the size 48 inches. Mine is 38 inches, so you can imagine there's a lot more stitches on it. And the stitches on this one is 384, I believe. Let me just check the pattern. Yeah, 384. So this is, again, this is the Janner Gansey, and it will look like this. But this blue is lighter than the navy that I've just shown you. This is a definite dark navy blue. My plan this week was not to knit on a Janner Gansey, to knit on something else that was a bit more, not mindful, because this is mindful, but more to the fact that the light, if the light isn't very good, it's quite hard on your eyes. But I ended up yesterday, because the sun was out, I sat in my front room with the sun shining on me, knitting on this. So I'm really happy that I did that yesterday to get a bit of work done on that. So that is the start of my brother-in-law's Gansey. So really happy with that. That's really good. So that's that one. I did cast myself on some socks, and this is the School of Socks by Summer Lee, and this is the first pattern I'd done. I did myself a pair, and then some of my family wanted some, so this is the pattern I've been using, just a traditional pattern from Summer Lee. Yeah, so the yarn I'm using, so this is the yarn I'm going to be using, and it's this. It's like, it reminds me of ice cream, different coloured ice creams. It's really nice yarn, actually. It is the Knit Craft by Hobbycraft, the Perfect Pair, and it's a 4-ply yarn. I watch Knits by AJ. I've been watching her for a while now, and she bought this yarn in her local Hobbycraft, and I thought, do you know what, I'll give it a go, because down here in the southwest of Devon, our Hobbycraft isn't that great, and I thought I wasn't going to get any, but I got some, And so I wanted to try it out. I did gift my friends some but a darker colour, because she wouldn't necessarily wear this. She likes quite dark colours when she's wearing socks and stuff. So I have started, this is my car knitting, so if I'm going anywhere in the car, I like to keep my hands busy. So this is my, there we go. The ribbon doesn't look great on this, and I don't know why. I think I wasn't concentrating. So this is a 72 stitch sock. And I knit my mum some socks, and I tried them on and they fitted me better than the first pair that I made. So I'm now gonna, when I knit the foot, I only knit it for 8 inches, I think, instead of 8 1/4. So I'm super happy with that. And as I say, these are literally just in the car knitting. I don't really tend to pick them up if I'm sat at home, or if I'm going to a coffee shop or something, I might take them with me. It is in this lovely bag, and it's from Bellica Yarns. And it's got a handle, so what you do technically, you put it on your arm and you can knit while you're walking. I don't knit while I'm walking, I'm very clumsy. I'd end up falling into somebody. But it's brilliant for sock knitting or just small projects on the go, and it fits in my rucksack for when I go out and about. My sister gifted this to me many years ago when I started knitting, and I absolutely love it. So my friend also loved it, so I decided to buy one for her for Christmas. And it got lost in the post, but I contacted the seller, Bellica Yarns, and she was so nice and kind, and said, "Oh, I'm really sorry, they must have been lost in the post. We'll send you out a new one." And within a couple of days it comes. So I'd recommend going on their website. They are so good. They're really good. So yeah, so that's that. My third knitting project. There's lots going on here today. This is going to be really bright on the screen. But this is a double knit King Cole pattern. And it's for a girl's. King Cole's brilliant because it gives you 2 patterns in one. So it's got just a normal long sleeve cardigan. Or it's got a short sleeves cardigan, and it's got what's it called? Not rope. A tie that goes with it if you wanted to do a short sleeved one. But I'm actually doing the long sleeved one. This is going to be for my granddaughter. She's going to be 5 in May, so I'm doing the size 6 to 7-year-old. And I've got enough yarn for my daughter to have one, but she's suddenly just had a growth spurt. So she is 12, but she's so dinky in her size, and she's just suddenly just shot up. So she's now in like 8 to 9, 9 to 10 clothes. So I've got to make a decision what size I'm going to knit for her. So it can either be an 8 to 9 or a 10 to 11. But for my granddaughter, I'm knitting a 6 to 7-year-old. It's knit flat and then you sew it up. No, I don't mind sewing up garments that are kids or baby clothes, but when it comes to adults, I'm not really keen on sewing up a garment. So this yarn is really bright. Really bright. I used to work in a charity shop, and this yarn come in and I was like, I'm going to have that. It is 100% acrylic, But look at that, it's knitted up. This is just the back, and it's garter stitch ribbon, and then yeah, it's got shaping on the sides and in the middle. I've never had a pattern for a child to have shaping in the middle, but I'm just going to knit it as per pattern. But it's really bright, and my granddaughter loves rainbows, so it will be a lovely summer throw on cardigan when it's cold in the evenings. So yeah, so really happy with that. And this is the 6 to 7 year old. This is just the back panel. The yarn, and I've written it down, so just bear with me a sec while I'm just looking at my notes. It is a Payton Patterns Fab DK. That's what it's called. The pattern is a Kinko 5424 pattern. Yeah, so it's done on 4mm needles. And when you do the fronts, the button band's included in the button band's included in with it, so you don't have no picking up of stitches for the button band. It's all done together, and I think you've just got a little round neck to do for that. So yeah, so that's that. That's, I can sit and knit on that in the evenings. I don't have to really look at it. So I've been knitting on that mostly this week. And the final thing that I want to start, my little girl loves cats, but we don't have cats. My friend down the road has cats, and she loves going to see them, but we can't. She's got a busy family and we've got a busy life, so we can't always go down to see the cats. So I found a knitting project, or a knitting project to knit for my daughter, and she keeps asking for a cat, so I really need to start putting it on the needles. So this is a free knitting pattern, and it's called the Parlor cat. How cute is that? I am going to do it stripy. It's a worsted weight pattern, worsted weight yarn. So in the southwest of England we call it Aran weight. And so it is done American, because it says size 4 needles, which for us in the UK it will be a 3.5mm needle. Yeah, it's all done in the round, and then that's what the bottom of the cat will look like. Oh, even the tail, it's all done in the round, and then you put the legs on last at the end. So I've knitted a Taylor Swift folklore cardigan, and I've got some yarn left in that. So I'm hoping to knit that up for my daughter. And my son and my little granddaughter and daughter-in-law have got cats. They've got little kittens, 2 little kittens, and they're black and white. So I think if the pattern goes well, and I'm happy with how it knits up, and I can pretty well knit up patterns quite well, I'll probably, if I've got yarn left over, I'm going to knit some for them, or maybe even if it's just one. Let me see if I can find out who it's by. No, I haven't got it doesn't say who it's by. No. So I'm going to have to see if I can find that for you and put that on, because that is a free knitting pattern. So I'll see if I can find that and put that onto the show notes or the description below. So everything that I've mentioned will go into the description box below. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's watched my last How Much Can I Knit in a Week podcast. I'm very new to all of this. I'm trying to be a little bit more natural, and I would love to get some more views. So if you do really like this podcast, please put a thumbs up, comment, please comment, and ask anything you'd like. If I've missed anything out, please let me know. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna do a podcast every couple of weeks, just because I think if I do it every week, I don't think I'm gonna have enough to talk about or enough to show you. I want to just keep to 3 items at the moment, because once I'm doing what I'll be doing the Gansey during the day when the daylight's good, and in the evenings, if my husband's gone fishing or whatever, and my little girl's gone to bed, I will just do other knitting on bigger needles, because the light, it doesn't matter. I can do it with the big light on, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I will see you in a couple of weeks' time. Please like, subscribe, and please write a comment, because that will really help the channel grow. And thank you, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.